Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and I am here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, as I have been for a couple months. I've watched everything slowly get shut down along the waterfront, along the tourist areas. The Canadian and much of the U.S. government has demanded tourists go home or else lose health insurance that they had already paid for. So people today are protesting, and rightly so, because they can't feed their family, and they have arbitrary police, though it's not as bad as in the US, arbitrary police stopping them from fishing, stopping them from making a living, and shutting down things along the beach as if that is going to contain apparently a supernatural virus. So we're gonna ask some people what is happening today in English and see what we can get out of this. Hopefully we don't get arrested. Okay, can you tell us what's happening here today at this protest?
And the reason we're doing a process is for our businesses. That we are local businesses, and they're not letting us open for money. We need money because we need to pay our bills. We have some kids, and we need to eat. Actually, and that's what the problem. That's what the main problem in the whole county right now and the state.
So how do you feel about the Jalisco governor's shutdown order?
Actually, the Jalisco governor, most of the people think he's wrong because he's making the decisions by himself and not making the decisions of taking place about the president of Mexico.
So if this goes on much longer, how are people going to feed their families?
That's what the reason we are here, because these people are not actually taking us with them because they're having their pay. But as a local management of our own business, they're not making like their own. They're not taking part of the help, and we're not receiving support of that. That's what the reason about.
Well, there's 28 people dead, but over 8 million people in Jalisco. I mean, does that make any sense to you that they shut everything down?
To be honest, I have some people that they were saying that their families, one member of the families, I'm not gonna say names, one member of the families, they passed away, and they say it was because the coronavirus thing. It was not true. It was not true. It was fake. It was fake.
There's a lot of fake numbers. There's a lot of fake numbers.
The problem is about the government thing. If they report more people with coronavirus, the thing is that they get more money. That's what the government, Enrique Alfaro, is doing right now.
More money and more control, right?
More control, more money for the next elections that they're going to be for doing next year. That's what the reason about.
So one last question. If you could say something to the Jalisco governor right now, what would you say?
To have a how do you call it? A reflections about our people. Actually, Vallarta is the one part of the state that brings you money out to the state. So he has to take care of this situation, but he has to do it now, and he has to have pants to take the management, the control of this situation. Because to be honest, he's thinking about his own, not because about the people, and that's not good actually. The coronavirus is true. It is true. Yeah. But in Vallarta, actually, to be honest, there's no coronavirus. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. The government tell us no open till 30 April. Yeah. That's the first communication of the government give to us. That was the first step. And now tell us no open till 30 May 30. Don't open, and all the people are getting paid over there. Yeah. But if you come to Vallarta, all different thing. Yeah. He makes his own decision out of the.
I work for the tourism industry right here in this town, Puerto Vallarta, and I'm desperate because there is nothing to income for my family. No food, no rent due, and it's a disaster. Today there is a protest right here about how desperate we are. We want the government to open this because there is no way to survive. One of the signs right there says we are dying of not eating, not because of the virus. So that's what it's all about, the protest today.
If you were able to say something to the Jalisco governor, what would you say?
I will say, Jalisco governor, will you open this as soon as possible because we are dying. We are dying not of the virus. The virus here in Puerto Vallarta is only like 4 people that die. There is no that doesn't exist here. I mean, and so what exists is a lot of people with big needs. Like
8 million people in Jalisco don't have the virus, and 4 people in Vallarta had the virus. To me, it seems like the money situation will kill more people than the virus.
Exactly, that's one of the signs right there in this protest says. The money situation is killing more people than the virus. Here is only, according to the statistics, which we don't even believe, that must be all fake. Only 4 people die in the whole pandemia. And so people died before in the TV. I watched that the 4 people died before the pandemia, and right before that, there was a commercial about a charitable company that was saying donate something to this institution because there is 30 children that dies every day in this state. So there is more deaths of real deaths than this.
Do you think what they're saying about the coronavirus, what the government is saying about the coronavirus is true?
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We all believe we are fed up with this. We are up until here. We need this to stop.
So usually in Mexico, when the government says you cannot do something, Mexicans do it anyway. Why can't everyone just go to work and say and give the middle finger to the government and just work anyway?
Because there is a city inspectors from the municipality that they go over and tell us to close the business, and if we don't, they bring the police and force us to do it. That's the reason that we cannot just open it and give the finger to the governor. It's because we are obligated with you can see, you can put the camera around there. There's a whole bunch of government people right here making sure we don't, I mean, we're dying. There is no help. There is people donating things for charitable institutions, but where is those donations? I don't see one.
How much longer can this last before people just end up rioting or protesting all the time?
Well, they say that the government says that the next May 15 will be reopened. But first was a quarantine. Quarantine means 40 days, and it's been like 3 months already. So there is nothing that we can believe now. We need to really open, otherwise this is going to become worse. We are looking for something to eat. It's a real problem here.
What can people watching this do to help you guys?
Just get together as many as we can, and protest. That's about the best thing we can do.
They're voting behind me whether or not they plan to open early despite the orders. Another reason I love this country, because the businesses are deciding for themselves. There's more of us than there are of them. All right, my friends, there you have it. As per usual, one of the beautiful things about Mexico is people don't obey everything they're told to obey. And on top of that, they're very skeptical about official stories. And this is one of the things I love so much about this country. People were saying this is a World Health Organization, this is a conspiracy, this is an attempt to control us. It's not that the virus doesn't exist, it's that it's being used. They're using a crisis, and people are sick of it. People are sick of the Jalisco governor listening to the US government and the CIA, as some people put it. And this is why I believe these people will recover faster, but they're in dire straits right now, and they're dealing with vast poverty because they cannot feed their family. And I hope to see more events like this in Puerto Vallarta, and I think I will in the near future. I've been here for 2 months. I'd watched everything just collapse, and yet people are very vigilant, independent, sustainable people that always find a way. But it's getting really desperate out here, guys. Anyway, appreciate everyone watching. Stay tuned for more. I'm doing a vlog video day by day of what's happening here, and I have been for 2 months. So stay tuned for our series on that. And until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. Like what you see here, OM? Don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribe Star. We really can't do it without you. We've been so insanely shadow banned, about 90% at this point, and 95% demonetized. As Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, comes in and says that she is shutting down quote-unquote controversial content and cutting out the views on this controversial content by 70%. She's been bragging about it. We need your help more than ever in this battle for truth in information. You guys are what keeps us alive, so we really appreciate just even $1 a month makes a huge difference. If everyone could give just $1 a month, we wouldn't even have to worry about competing against the mainstream propaganda networks. You can also donate to our Bitcoin address on the screen for you to scan if you please, as well as in the comments and description. Liking and sharing makes a big difference as well, and finding us on alternative social media platforms like float.app, that's flote.app, makes a huge difference. We're at Josh Sigurdson as well as at Wham. Float is replacing Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon all in one with encrypted private messaging, and of course monetization on videos for creators, live streams with super chats in crypto, and most of all, no algorithm, because at the end of the day, it's all about reach, guys. This is all about actually reaching people with the message and waking up the public. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Minds, BitChute, all sorts of different platforms. Try to follow us on as many things as possible, because very soon this channel will very likely just be completely deleted from YouTube, and you'll never see us again, and you'll be stuck with only the mainstream networks. Also, come on out and see us at Anarcho Vegas 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada in July, where such speakers such as G. Edward Griffin and many others will be speaking. You could use promo code WHAM on your VIP tickets and save 10%, as well as buy extremely cheap tickets for just $20.20. You won't find a cheaper conference than this with such amazing names. Check anarchovegas.com for more information on that. We hope to see you out there. And anyway, I really appreciate all of you guys joining us. You make it possible for us to survive in this volatile, propagandized climate. Until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.